Today we're at Pendragon Castle. It is over at Mallasang, sort of very surrounded by hills, with the River Eden running down alongside it. Now legend has it that King Arthur's father built the first castle or housing on this land, and he was responsible for the moat that runs around it, and he was abandoned late on. He tried to get the River Eden to fill the moat, and the River Eden refused to fill the moat, and so it was left. And then the first recorded actual castle was built here in the 12th century, and it went through a history of being lived in, used as a guard area, and then sacked by the Scots and various others. Fell into disrepair and then became part of the estate of Lady Clifford, who, born at Skipton Castle, had Brough, Brougham and Skipton and this as part of her estate. This was a lady that did not like the word no and challenged the inheritance rules of the time to maintain and keep her estate. And yeah, she left quite an impact around the area with her land and with the buildings and that. And apparently this was one of her favourite places to come to retreat to. I think it was probably more intact than it is now. But as views go, I don't blame her for actually quite liking this one. Meet the tour guide. One of those pesky horses down there once tried eating my daughter. Well, no, tried eating my daughter's bag. Brand new Minecraft rucksack. She was totally enamoured with it, and so were they. This next stop on our child-free day out is Brough Castle. Oh well, the ice cream parlour's shut for the winter. If you come out during the season, this is one that's well worth visiting. They do really rather nice ice cream here.
Opens 1st of March.
First, we've got a while to wait then. slightly bigger sheep than earlier. Hello.
Grass control device. Hello.
I think I've just found the most pointless gate. Don't bother with that. Start of the remains of Brough Castle. And just a hint of the views from it right over into the Lake District. So before you get into the castle, there's some lumpy bits in the ground, which is a site of the Roman fort fortress, circa AD 78 to 80. I've got to say, there's some more impressive ones around.
Agricola one.
Which I might take you to. Because as well as wandering around castles, quite like the Romans.
What you've got over there is Claymore Path, which has always been an important east-west route, going back probably thousands of years, which is why the Romans put their fort here, because it controls the east-west trade. And obviously the Normans, when they conquered the land sort of 800 years later, they put in the castle. And further down they did Appleby Castle as well, so yeah. It's important. That's why the A66 is there. It's an easy way across from east to west.
When it's not too windy.
When it's not too windy or snowy.
Or snowy, yeah. It's not the sort of flooring that you could wear stilettos on, is it?
No. Comfortable walking. Comfortable shoes.
So when the Normans came to Brough in the late 11th century, they occupied where that Roman fort was, and a ditch was dug across to form a inner bailey, which was given stone curtain walls. And then in 1174, the castle was held for King Henry II, but not well. And it was captured and badly damaged, and then it sort of sat around until the beginning of the 1200s, when King John gave the castle to a loyal baron, his Robert de Viewpoint, whose great-granddaughter married Roger de Clifford. They liked the D's back then. Anyway, Cliffords is the family of the lady that would not take no for an answer. And they had this as their main residence until 1520, until it was, got slightly burnt down. And then it was rebuilt and restored by Lady Anne Clifford, the lady who would not take no for an answer. And she stuck a tower on the end. Because, nice circular one with a bit of a view. Which isn't there anymore. I know they built these castles on like good vantage points, but blooming heck, they're cold. And windy.
If you look out that way, you can virtually see as far as Appleby.
like I said, great views across the valley. But it would have needed a lot of heating. And I see one other thing as well. I see like it needs a lot of heating, and they have these giant fireplaces. Not many trees around here.
Well, not that old.
Burnt them all just to keep this place warm. There you go. Cycling group come out for a... What's it? I bet that's murder in those cleat shoes.
I went past there while I was away.
That's quite good going, isn't it? Everything else has fallen to wreck and ruin, but, you know, door's still standing. Ooh. So's the stainless steel shelving in the back. Trying to think, if you like castles, well, remains of castles, there's quite a few good ones around here. There you go, 14th century hall above. Not much left. But yeah, we've got like Bolton and the Skipton Castle. They say Bolton's a favourite because it's got the wild boar there, and the kids like the long drop toilet, and it's sort of a mix of restored and unrestored, so you get quite a nice idea of what it would have looked like, and it sort of helps you fill in the gaps of what's gone missing.
Look at the difference in building styles as well. These have got mullioned windows.
Well, this is Clifford's Tower, or what remains of Lady Anne Clifford's.
Yeah, this is Jacobean, isn't it? So
Yeah, bit newer than the...
better fitting windows, better fitting windows. And it's round as well, which is like the Tudor / Jacobean Stuart brick building style.
Do you think she added this bit on just because that bit over there was a bit drafty?
Probably. I was saying from the top of that one, back in the day, going that way you see Appleby, and going that way you'd see Brough, well just been Pendragon Castle, so
Yeah, you'd see quite a distance.
quite a good strategic place really. Well then pesky Scots come out raiding and a reaving.
We've got a nice open plan kitchen here. Oh yeah. I think we're going to head somewhere warmer now. Somewhere with a roof. Try to find somewhere to eat on a Sunday.
Sweet shop corner. Yeah, it's mid-afternoon though, isn't it? It's
Yeah, we're a little late for
lunchtime,
lunch.
probably.
Tufton Mews, Deli Wine.
Cafe restaurant.
Or is there anything down? They are going one way. So I thought it was one way. I went, well, they are going one way. They're going the wrong bloody way, but they're going one way. What have we got here? Menu. Well, if we're going for the GF stuff on it, I can have a cake. Oh, chocolate peanut brown.
You got the gammon.
Yeah. It does tend to be just the gammon.
Could do that gammon.
I know, it's a good job I like gammon, because, yeah. But, yeah. I got a roast. I don't get the Yorkshire pudding, but I think the size of that plate more than makes up for that.
Yeah.
And you've got...
Halloumi, masquerading as fish, battered.
Ooh, nice. Well, that was worth stopping for. Went inside. Limited information on the outside about what was gluten free. Go inside, go to the bar, ask, get given gluten free menu. So yeah, absolutely tons of choice. Had a roast, didn't get the Yorkshire pud. Really don't care because got absolutely loads of food.
Liam.
So yeah, thoroughly recommend the Crown and Cushion in Appleby in Westmoreland.
So here we see the medieval border between England and Scotland. That's right, up until after the passing of the Romans in the late 4th century, through to 1066, this was the border between England and Scotland, and it was William Rufus, son of William the Conqueror, or William the Bastard to his friends. He pushed the border back up to Carlisle and its more historical land where it is now. So this is the River Eden. It comes out of the Howgills and the Pennines behind us, and it flows down to Carlisle. There's the bridge. So if you notice the bridge, there's a bit there that's not quite weathered in as much. That was completely repaced following Storm Desmond. All those years. Well, actually, it was nearly 10 years ago now, wasn't it, Storm Desmond? It's fairly quickly rattles through. But yeah, so this is Brougham, spelt funny, as all English towns are.
Spelt Brougham.
Spelt Brougham. Castles. This is our third castle for once owned by Lady Anne Clifford.
Personal gate opener.
Personal gate opener, yeah. Everybody should have one. Fully recommend them. So, as you can see, it's in a bit better nick than the last two we looked at. And similar to Brough, this was actually built on the fortifications that were originally here by the Romans. So yeah, it gives you a good sense of what the other ones looked like. Now we missed Appleby. We went through Appleby, but we stopped for tea and lunch, a late lunch. So unfortunately, that closed a bit earlier today. Fairly impressive gateway. You see the murder holes and slots for the portcullises and gates. Guard rooms. Yeah, it's quite impressive. So you've got the arrow slots, so you fight your way through into this bit and you've got arrows coming out through these side holes.
Well, the Scots did get in. Because this is another one of Robert the Viewpoint's. This is another one of his. Oh God, they were short. Well, they'd have had to stand directly in line of.
Yeah, but that covers the gate there. There's a door there. So you're trying to batter your way through that door and you're going to get shot in the back of the head.
Charming. I don't think they had any 6-footers back then.
No. You hear me scream up on that side of the pit. Oh, it looks like we've lost the weather. Typical Cumbrian weather.
No, you done quite well. Sunshine. Look, there we go. Robert's Viewpoint. Oh, hunting retreat. Local justice. Place of administration, diplomacy, local justice at any times of war. A refuge. It's also a place of entertainment, hosting parties with jesters, dancing and music. Very swanky.
There's probably a lot more forest around there in them days.
Well, it's Winfell, and Winfell's got a bit.
Yeah.
Castle of Rogercliffe, who earlier was Roger de Cliff.
Yeah.
Now they lost it twice.
It's a bit unfortunate, it's a bit careless.
Oh. 2 occasions of traitor. We're being accused of being traitors, and it handed back to the crown.
Yeah, very Game of Thrones.
Then handed back at the sort of the next change of leader on the throne.
Yeah, that quite often happened.
Ooh. That's quite. You can see little corridors coming
Yes.
off.
Well, they'd be the ones that the older servants used to walk thingy because they kept out of the way of the big ones. You got the fireplaces.
Yeah, can't see at the top.
No, we can't see out that one there, but there's one there, and one there. So.
Oh look, here we go. As with Brough, so we've got spray cans, and the graffiti artists in the 1800s had a chisel.
64. So there you go. You've got 132 years worth of graffiti there from 1832 to 1964.
Yeah, there's
44
1844 there.
Like
Oh, I like the idea that the graffiti artists and they came around with a little hammer and chisel.
But here, this top one here, it's very London. Somebody up from London left his mark for posterity.
Very long route.
well done.
It's rather deep, that is.
Yeah. Picture of the lady herself. The original, I think, is in Skipton Castle.
So, can you spot the remains of the bakehouse oven to your left? If you say so.
I was going to say, could that be the red fired brick? See how that brick's got a distinctive red colour to it. I mean, that's me going off watching Far Too Much. What's it with Tony Robinson?
Time Team.
Yeah, well, when brick changes colour and stuff when you fire it, so.
Have you got any more graffiti? No, how disappointing.
It's just that one out of the way, nobody can see what.
Yeah. I'll sneak in there like naughty school kids.
Yeah.
With a hammer and chisel. Nobody will notice. Quite an impressive moat.
Yeah. Oh, here you can see the slightly raised bit, which was the Roman fort is that way. You see a slight bit of that flat bit, and then it goes up and drops off. Now, what I like about the Roman forts that you get here, and the one at Brough, and the one up on the Hadrian's Wall, and anywhere really, is that here we are. We're in. Well, Cumbria was Westmoreland, you know, on the Scottish border at one point, and it's exactly the same design of fort. There's one in the Syrian desert that's exactly the same, to the same proportions, same placement, everything's exactly the same, and it's 2,000 miles away. Right.
Just say there and there are two very charming grotesques.
Yeah. What's the difference between a grotesque and a gargoyle?
One's got a drain pipe sticking out of its mouth.
That's correct.
So today's day out for us is basically for me, because this lady Anne Clifford has fascinated me since I moved up here, since, you know, coming up to Cumbria, and she's everywhere, you know, what with having Skipton, Brough, Brougham, Appleby castles and that, you know, she got a fair bit of land around for her. But she's always fascinated me because the baronetcy wasn't tied to gender. You know, so she inherited the baronetcy. But her father left her £15,000 and then willed all of the land and, you know, all the buildings, everything. So all the property went to his cousin as a male heir. And Anne wasn't happy. And she petitioned, and she got to the Queen, got to the Queen at the time, when she was Queen Anne of Denmark, and she pushed with her and got to see the King, and it took years, but eventually she did get back all of her land. And that was pretty much unheard of. You know, it was a male-dominated society. Women were ornaments, they were chattels. And she was like, no, that's mine. If I get the title, I get the castle as well. and she got it. So that's why I like her, because, you know, she didn't let anybody say no. Lots of fern and moss.
You can tell it had these big vaulted ceilings.
Yeah. Ooh, there's a walkway up there. I haven't found a ladder to that one yet. Although, ooh,
You said stairs, there.
how'd you get in there? Right, back in two. We found some steps. Oh wow. Ah, so part of a Roman tombstone has been used in the ceiling of this passage, which I would say is there.
The V there.
The
T.
They could have put it the other way round. God, you couldn't have run up and down these. Oh no, you could. Look, somebody's replacing with nice flat ones.
Oh wow. Oh, there's your money shot there.
Joe, you'd have been fit going up and down them. And there's outskirts of Penrith and A66. And that's a long way down. And as you will discover, I do not do heights.
How much is
Not in the least.
how that opened of an archway there?
Yeah. And into M's room with signage by F. Atkinson. Do you reckon that is a stonemaker or that's another Victorian graffiti artist? Oh, here we go. There's some more. Somebody, walker? Probably,
They're on that corner somewhere,
yeah.
sort of between there and there, and I think they're on the outside. You see that? You can see the thingy of the Great Chimney. There's a big fire there. And you can see it goes right up through right there.
Yeah. I don't know. It won't. You won't be able to hear it on camera at all. But I think there's an awful lot of noise going off on the outside of the castle, and it sounds like peregrines. They're quite noisy, but no idea where they are. So now, let's try and get back down these steps. Try a helter-skelter route, maybe.
You know what they could do here? A zip line.
They could do with a zip line.
They could do just a zip line down there.
Right, that's us done. It is time to go home and yeah, find out if we've still got a house to go to since we'll have the kids alone.
They're all right. What I don't know is the jobs we asked them to do, but they're all right.
They won't have done any of the jobs we've asked them to do. So I hope you've enjoyed our little day out, wandering around the Clifford family castles.
Yeah, the footsteps of Anne Clifford.
And yeah, she's well worth reading up on. She was very unusual for her time. And I do like a lady that knows when to say no. So, we'll sign off and we will see you next time.
Goodbye.